Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't tell you so, I told you so. Eventually, you were going to see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa reunite with this storyline and fuck over Aleister Black. And I gotta tell you guys, that's exactly what happened here tonight in this steel cage matchup. Very exciting matchup. Very good action overall. As good as their NXT TakeOver event that they had against each other one-on-one, with a touch of Tommaso Ciampa rolled into the mix at the end. I liked and enjoyed how they closed out the show. I think that this is going to finally bring a conclusion to Johnny Gargano's path towards the NXT World Championship to a head at the NXT TakeOver show in Brooklyn. I think this matchup needs to happen in a Hell in a Cell match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That is how this all needs to come to an end. I think they need to build a storyline off of the fact that these two guys create a fictional hatred to one another for the sake of them being able to be placed as the number one guy in the company. Or at least in the brand. And looked at as the main eventers of this brand. And the rest of the time that they've competed and beat the shit out of each other is purely about competition and to proving who is the best. Eventually leading to this storyline for them to face each other at Hell in the Cell. They have a minor alliance with each other to keep Aleister Black away from Tommaso Ciampa as champion so that Tommaso Ciampa can stay the champ leading into Brooklyn in April. That's how I see this going down. That's how they should book it. That's the way I hope they book it. Is that how they're going to do it? I'm not sure. But based on what I see here right now, it definitely looks like they're in that pathway of doing it like that. Now, the rest of the show was mostly enhancement talents competing up against names that are just starting out. Heavy Machinery getting a tune-up match. This guy, Divacevic, I forgot how you pronounce his name. He's kind of a German guy. Not bad in the ring. I mean, he ain't too bad. He's average at best, though, but he's not a bad character. He seems very intimidating, very pissed off individual, and gives you the impression, don't fuck with him. He will tear your head off. So, that's one good thing about that. Dakota Kai and Shari up against Duke and I forgot her name. Fuck. Duke and Shavrik, I think her name is, or she's these two women are tag team partners apparently with Shayna Baszler. I forgot their names. Don't hate on me. I can't remember all these fucking names. Io Shirai and fucking Dakota Kai picked up this victory thanks to Shirai's moonsault off the top rope. That was a good solid opener to the show. The rest of the show is just fill-in matches, and also we got, not fill-in matches, but tune-up matches or enhancement talents getting their asses kicked by an individual. At the end of the day, it was a good show. Shari got put into the Fatal 4-Way matchup for the opportunity to be the number one contender for Shayna Baszler's tag team. Shayna Baszler's NXT Women's Championship. So, there you go for that. The overall show felt pretty standard. It was a solid, decent, okay show for NXT's build. I mean, I did like the fact that they have a solid storyline going into this world title match, making it very important, making it the number one thing, the number one priority, at least giving Aleister Black the proper main event matchup he deserves to have, personally. Now, is he getting that opportunity after losing to Johnny Gargano? I'm not sure. I think more than likely William Regal is going to still keep it as a one-on-one match between Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa. But I do believe, again, Johnny Gargano is going to play a very important role in Aleister Black's opportunity of winning back the WWE NXT Championship. So that's going to be a very, very difficult thing for Aleister Black to overcome, especially after what we just saw tonight with Aleister Black getting double-teamed by Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now, I mean, William Regal could throw a stipulation in that Johnny Gargano can't interfere in this match. He steps foot out in the arena, he will be fired on the spot. They could do something like that to make it one-on-one. But at the end of the day, there still could be some kind of distraction. And Tommaso Ciampa could walk away with the victory. For instance, let's say Johnny Gargano's music hits. Johnny Gargano doesn't show up. Aleister Black's expecting him to show up anyway. And Tommaso Ciampa hits his finisher and picks up the 1-2-3 to retain his title. That's a major factor they could throw in there. So there are loopholes and ways for Johnny Gargano to play some sort of influence in the outcome of the match. So very important stuff here going into this storyline. Like I said, Johnny Gargano, at the end of this storyline and the end of this year's wrestling year, going into the WrestleMania weekend, Johnny Gargano needs to be walking out the new NXT World Champion. Guaranteed. Johnny Gargano has been on this path, and emotional change in his character that it needs to lead with him finishing up with gold. They've done a great story here. It has been all about championships, rivalries, betrayal, and everything else in between with their friendship between him and Tommaso Ciampa. It has led to great matches. Close it up with Johnny Gargano finishing out the year as the new NXT World Champion. That is all that needs to happen at this point. Everything going on here leads to that end to this storyline. There is no other option. You can't go with Aleister Black. Aleister Black has done... No offense to him, he's actually a really good talent. He is not bad whatsoever, mic-wise, wrestling-wise, or anything else in between. The issue is, he is not the guy that they're going to have to go with to finish this story. It is Johnny Gargano at the end of the day, obviously. Anyway, guys, there's not much to really talk about on this episode because there wasn't a whole lot going on outside of the major steel cage match that happened. It took majority of the show. I think about 40 minutes or so. So, I mean, at this time, there ain't much more I can say. This is pretty much my overall future predictions on how this story is going to lay out to us. And that's how I feel about it. So leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll get back to you on that. And on top of that, guys, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And hit the like button if you liked the video. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Have a great night. Bye.